I have went full into Husqvarna's battery powers equipment. I was just going to show it to you. You know, I've been using the 525 ILST, that it's right there. Okay, so I liked it so much I had ordered this with it. That is the most powerful handheld leaf blower made, gas or battery. It actually will kind of hurt your hand a little. It's got 2 speeds. The low speed's fine, but when you hit the turbo, if you hold it long enough, it'll start making your wrist actually a little painful. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it's got that much power. Here's the chainsaw. I haven't used it. This is the Power Axe. Why I bought that one is because I really don't. I've got so many chainsaws, I didn't need this one of Husqvarna's anyway. But I wanted it and I bought it. That's all that matters. And then I've been using this. That I love that little, that is on top of the cutting blades, as you can see. And it's a sweeper. So you know what I'm saying? Like when you're hedging, that way you can cut on both sides and still sweep. You know how they make ones that's just got one big sweep and only one cut side? Kind of the same, well, it is the same principle. It's not as tall as those, but that works fantastic. That way I don't have to sit there and brush it off into the yard. I just sling it. All right. So I've used the hedge trimmer several times. Very big fan. The leaf blower, I love it. And then, as you've seen the 525 ILST over there on the trailer, I went ahead and bought the 525 ILK. So now, when I put my attachment on, my hedge trimmer mainly, and post saw, where's my post saw? I ordered the post saw. I've got about every attachment Husqvarna makes. So now my 535 LK is going to use my paddle and my bristle and stuff, the big stuff. This is going to use hedge trimmer, post saw, because it's going to be real light. And now these two come with batteries. I bought, that was on sale for $300 and it come with that battery, and that one was 300 and some. Both of them was 300 some bucks. I don't remember the price of this, 300, and this is four, I don't know. But this one come with a little battery. See, this is where it gets confusing, I think. It's battery size. This one comes with a battery and a charger, or you can get them without, but it's a BLI 22. This thing weighs nothing, and I guess that's why you can get it with this, because, you know, to keep the weight down. This one come with a BLI 30. All right, that's a step up, but a step under this one. This is the big daddy. BLI 300. This is BLI I30. I300. And that one is the little bitty thing, I22. So, weight and time of run time and all that will be dependent on your battery. I've got, I think, 4 or 5 of these. Now they are expensive, this battery right here. It really is expensive. I've used it all summer, my 4 or 5 that I got, 4. Together I've got 7 batteries. But the big boys, those are 320 bucks. I've only got 4 because, I just got another one, didn't I? No. I got another one of, I'm getting confused. Because these has been out of stock. And I knew to buy more, but gosh, you know what's cool? Every time I grab these things, they work. They ain't no pulling. Where I had surgery, that's what got me doing it in my neck surgery. You don't have to pull start them. You don't have to change the filters on them, the fuel filter, the air filter. And I don't smell gas all day. And you know what's the best part? Hold on. What's the best part about these things? Is the vibration. Oh my gosh. Dude, that 525 ILST, it's on the trailer. I'm gonna get another one of those too. I might order it tonight. I love these things. Seriously, now gas. I'm getting off topic again. AJ uses that 525 LST. He don't like the Mark II. Nobody likes the 525 LST Mark II. And you know our Super Lows has them in it. I've got a picture. If I wasn't so lazy, I would include it in this video. Maybe I will. A picture of it in our Lows. The other Lowe's don't have it, just that big giant one in Johnson City here. Anyway, the vibration, no vibration at all with those. I come home, my hands ain't tingling. I ain't deaf from the weed eater. Smelling the gas, the vibration. It's like, you know, you ever watch Star Wars when Obi-Wan Kenobi said, use the blaster. He said, how uncivilized, and threw it down. These are like lightsabers, and the gas is like a blaster. It works, they're awesome, but they're uncivilized. They're old technique, old tools, old tools. So I went ahead and bought another extension. It's yes, my build. Let me show you this right fast. It's destroyed. See how I clean these mowers with super clean? Look how pretty. 580 BT Mark II, and there's the Mark III, but there's both my standers. There's my box to start my burn pile, but I had this spotless in here the other day, and I got a video I'm gonna try to upload. Here's the bristle brush thing. I ain't even put it together. Got me another pole, and the post saw is somewhere in this building, unless I left it in the house. It's I don't know, who cares. Anyway, I need to get back to this. I've went all in battery. One could say people are always skeptical at first. I understand, for change. You know, it's like putting fuel injection on a lawnmower. People was very skeptical about that. But in my head, I'm like, you do know they've been using fuel injection in cars since the 50s, and every car, anybody I'm talking to right now, main driver, daily driver, unless you work on old cars, is what? Fuel injection. That's old technology that should have been put on a mower a long time ago. I've had no problems with that. And in the battery, think about this. Instead of having a two-stroke with a piston, the exhaust gets clogged up all the time. You can't variable speed it. Ha! 525 ILST over there is so variable speed. It's like, and it won't stop up the muffler. Yeah, so you can actually variable speed it without any problems with the trimmer. So this is a commercial line, like I said. These are commercial too. Some Lowe's does have them. And they do have, these are like I'd call the lower end $300 ones. Because they do have more expensive chainsaws. Way more. That is the strongest blower. Because that's what they said. That's why I bought it. It's $300. So this is all commercial. It's just, they've got tiers of them, I think. The 525 will be your creme de la creme. Because they got a 525 leaf blower too. But this one, look it up. It says it's the most, it's got the numbers. Whatever it does, it's strong, strong, strong. Anyway, I'm all in. I mean, you're going to say battery life. I hate when people ask that, and I don't hate it, but somebody asked me that on one video, and I'm like, there's too many variables. It depends on the temperature outside, depends on the grass type, depends on the operator. When this dude's like, he said, just set them and pull the trigger and let them run and see how long it... I didn't want to reply back because that means nothing. That thing will spin forever until some friction gets put on it. And that's what drains the battery. Heat, heat, and heat, and heat. And friction, as in your trimmer line hitting grass. It's going to put pressure against it, you know. Friction. And what's that going to do? The thicker... Hey, I actually match. Creek's good! Anyway. So the type of grass, the time of year. During the fall season cutting, you notice how the bottom of the grass is, I know why, I've read about it. The root system, everything gets stronger to basically survive or whatever. And then the top gets real thin. So that grass is going to cut different from spring growth grass to summer grass. And then what part of the country you live in. My elevation, I live in Appalachian Mountains, Johnson City, Tennessee. This place is like 1,500 feet above sea level. So if you're out in Nevada, 0 feet or whatever it is somewhere, it's just your numbers are going to be different, just like two-stroke gas numbers will be different. There's no universal number, period. You can't do it. There's too many variables. Again, it depends on how heavy you are with that trigger. It depends on which mode you got it in. If you got it in high mode, mowing big, heavy, thick stuff, it's going to die faster than it would weekly lawns. So everybody needs to quit saying, how long does it last? I can't give you an average. I can tell you what it, for weekly maintenance, that 525 ILST over there can last 3 or 4 yards, 5 yards, something like that. Sometimes a whole day. It just depends on the grass type, what I'm doing. Now listen, like somebody that comes over here and helps me said, I have too many fences. Does everybody in Johnson City have a fence? So I weed eat around like, I don't know how many miles of fence a year. So I weed eat more than anybody I know. I'm so particular. I edge around freaking gutter downspout concrete pads in the backyard. I'll edge that. Why? I don't know. I just edge everything and everybody likes it. So my numbers are big giant yards and it'll still last 3 or 4 or 5 yards. And spring and summer growth so far. I can't tell you, see, I don't like to tell you that because you're going to be, not that 5 yards. I mean, you don't know what kind of yard this is. Again, you can't say how many yards it'll last, how many yards it'll last, scratch like a freaking Neanderthal. I don't know, every variable. All right, I'm done. No more meanie stuff. I love these things. If you like them, cool beans. If you don't, cool beans. But I'll tell you one thing. I know how to work on electric motors and everything on stuff like that. So guess what? When that motor goes out, I'll just look up what motor it is. I'll buy another one and solder it in there, and that's it. The thing has no maintenance. No maintenance. Think about it. Seriously, I put the battery in, pull the trip, whatever I'm doing, blowing off the side. I can talk on the telephone in my little earbuds while I weed eat with that thing. I've done it many times. And they can still hear me fine. So, I don't know what else to tell you about the battery. You don't have to use my brand. I'm not telling nobody. I'm not paid. I bought every bit of this crap. And that crap over there. The only thing Husqvarna give me was a bunch of merch. And that big giant awesome hedge trimmer up there. I love that. That hedge trimmer like $600-700 and it's worth every penny of it. So I still got the big gas beast. And I give the other one to the late Roy. But anyway, like I give him everything else. But anyway, I miss my little buddy. That's all I'm going to talk about that. I'm all battery. I'm all in. I love it. I use it every day of the working week. Anybody that tries it likes them. So, I mean, I don't know what else did. Johnny Cakes loved that. So, he loved it too. Anyway, no vibrations, no maintenance. Motor tears up, solder a new one in there. Gearbox tears up. That could happen on a gas one. Put a new one on there. Ain't no big deal. It's brilliant. All Husqvarna needs to do now is make a competitive speed feed. I like their heads a little bit, but they're too heavy. Way heavier than this speed feed. So I'm all speed feed still. So this is not a paid ad or I wouldn't have said that. I love Husqvarna. They've earned my business. So I like them. I can't help it. If you like them, you like them. But again, got the combi system now, blower, hedge trimmer, chainsaw. That's about all you need. Technically, you don't need an ILST. I'm sure you could probably use that as a trimmer, but that one's got the torque head. Now, you can always buy a torque head on a pole and make that one, but I'm going to leave that for its purpose. So it's going to be purposeful. It's going to just be for hedge trimming and stuff like that, so gas ain't blowing in my flipping face. How many of y'all are tired of gas going in fumes in the face and this and that, and which, oh no, 15 minutes. Hey, I got to get off here. You got any questions? Want to know anything? I probably don't know it, or if I do, I'll tell you. See you next time. Peace and chicken grease.